All right, welcome back everybody to the next episode on ABAP on Cloud training. In the last session in ABAP on Cloud, we talked about the basics of ABAP on Cloud. We have discussed the strategy of ABAP programming language and ABAP platform as compared to the NetWeaver. Where is the NetWeaver stands? NetWeaver stands as a backbone for your ECC solution, and with starting 1909 S4 HANA, SAP is replacing NetWeaver with SAP ABA layer, which is so-called ABAP platform. This is the backbone for all the S4 HANA solution already SAP released. ABA layer as part of the backbone of S4 HANA 1908 cloud release, and this will be the future. Now, when you work with new ABA layer or so-called ABAP platform, what are all the programming models you use? So the main programming model for the future is RESTful ABAP programming model, which we will be discussing throughout the course. The another important thing is the default database for this programming layer is HANA database, which means in S4 HANA, there is no option for you to choose the database as in some other database. The default database is SAP HANA. Then also SAP have released this ABAP platform for you as an individual developer to try out new scenarios in SAP Cloud Platform. So that's where the ABAP is now also available as another programming environment, a runtime, which can help you to execute and build your custom application right from the scratch. So we talked about the motivation for bringing the ABAP on the cloud is because ABAP also supports the Fury user experience. It leverages the HANA code to data paradigm. It is allowing you to create cloud ready extensions and also allows you robust programming knowledge, robust programming using ABAP programming if you already have ABAP skill with yourself. So these are all the key motivations. Then we discuss the types of solutions which we can build. We can build new application or we can extend existing application. In the new application, either we can build everything from top to bottom, including database table, application logic, and front end using ABAP, which is greenfield, or we can already use the data from your existing S4 HANA or any other solution, consume that via the service and just work on the front end part or the middleware part. We are not going to work here on the data part, the data layer itself. So then we discussed a brief demo about creating a very simple sales order table, creating a data model using CDS, creating a behavior definition, service binding, and finally a Fury UX using Web IDE full stack. Of course, this was just a demo session of we will be getting deeper into the programming model as and when we will progress our course, and we will have a depth insight for both the types of scenarios which it offers, so-called the managed scenario and unmanaged scenario for RESTful application programming model. So we also discussed about the types of extensions, what we so called side-by-side extensions and in-app extensions. Suppose your company has bought SAP S4 HANA Cloud. So if they want to do some changes in the standard software, they have these two possible options available. First is in-app extension option, which is done within the S4 HANA Cloud system by creating custom field, custom logic, extending the custom templates, custom forms, creating custom CDS views with the little changes, custom analytic query and stuff like that. Yet if you want to go beyond the boundaries and want to build a completely new solution with, let's say, I want to build a mobile app, and that mobile app will be pure custom mobile app which I want to give it to my field engineer working in the plant. So in that case, I don't disrupt the existing S4 HANA cloud. Rather, I would expose the data via OData service, and outside the S4, I will be building a side-by-side extension using SAP Cloud Platform. So as you can see in this slide, SAP Cloud Platform, Cloud Foundry environment provides variety of runtimes. You can build using Java. If you have Java experience, you can build Java-based applications. You can base Node.js application, XSJS with HANA. It also supports Python runtime and more different varieties of runtime. Now it has also started supporting ABAP runtime, which means you can also build your side-by-side extensions using ABAP programming knowledge what we have. That also we will be covering in this course, an end-to-end use case to build our side-by-side extensions using ABAP. So let's get started. Today's episode is our first session. Technically speaking, those who are completely new to the cloud platform environment, we will first discuss the motivation for SAP Cloud Platform. What is SAP Cloud Platform? Why we need SAP Cloud Platform? And also we will discuss how to set up your cloud platform trial account to be able to start for the first time the cloud platform. So I assume that most of you are new, completely new to the cloud platform. You have never ever tried cloud platform. You might have heard about it but never tried it. You don't know what exactly cloud platform is doing in its role. Maybe you would have done a little bit of web id full stack, but not much in the cloud platform. Never ever worked upon multiple options which it offers right there in the cloud. So let's discuss the motivation behind cloud platform. So uh, what exactly the bimodal IT? So as per the Gartner's research, Gartner has provided a guidance to all the multinational companies about bimodal IT model. So what is bimodal IT? Bimodal IT says your company should run in two different modes. The first mode in which your company should run is so-called stable core mode or stable mode. In stable mode, let's say you are running your ECC system or your S4 HANA system, that's your ERP. You don't want a downtime in that space, because a downtime in that space stable mode, the production downtime is very costly and should be avoided in any case, because company cannot afford to lose the business. Yet company needs to stay in the competition, because in the market you see every third day there is a new company coming, there is a new startup coming, and if I am not innovating, I have a chance that I may get any time out of market. So that's why your company should also run in another mode side by side, so called innovation mode. In innovation mode, I should take calculated risks to try out new stuff with existing system. So what you would do is you will not be allowed to probably disrupt your existing system. There can never be a downtime there, because that's affecting the main business, the main line. Yet you want to stay ahead in the competition, and that is the reason where you want to do innovation. Now this brings a lot of challenges if you want to do innovation, because if you go ahead and start changing something in your S4 HANA solution, or if you start changing something in your ECC solution, that may have a chance that you may have disrupted. So many times when you used to implement in classical ECC a user exit or a body, at times we used to see that it, because of our body implementation, something is dumping in existing T code. For example, I have done a body implementation in one of the function module for sales order create. I saw that because of my change in my initial days of ABAP career, I saw because of my change, there was a dump coming in VA01, and then everybody's wondering how come it is the dump is coming. So at times the changes which you do can cause a serious impact on your core, which should not happen. Yet you still want to do changes. So that's where the challenges comes into picture. And now most of the companies, they are talking about cloud. They're talking about giving access to their employees while they on the go on the mobile devices for the different application. For example, you are traveling and you are a manager and you would like to approve the leave request for your employees while you are on the go. So in that case, company would like to expose its resources also on the mobile device to achieve the people integration. So these are all the different challenges which a company is facing to innovate, to increase the efficiency, and also stay ahead in the competition. Suppose as a company I would also want to use SAP Analytics Cloud to find out more predictive analytics on top of the sales data. So all these kind of things which comes under innovation is a big challenge, and that's where you can see the challenges for a company typically. So what are all the challenges in context of this new cloud world is integration. If I am I'm a big company and I have purchased many solutions. Suppose I have a success factor solution to handle the CRM sale, and I will say I have S4HANA solution to handle my finance and logistics operations. I have maybe uh, maybe another system, salesforce.com, to handle my CRM related stuff. So all these solutions, they all need data, and at some point of time I need to exchange the data between these systems. So that's where the integration comes into picture. Then another challenge could be adoption of new trends like machine learning, IoT, big data. So all these are trending things in the market, and I would also want to try out something in this new space. A machine learning, with the help of machine learning, I should be able to find out the trends. I should be also able to predict the trends in the better way, so I can plan my company operations in a more effective manner. With IoT, I would like to capture sensor data and bring that into my system to analyze the data and do more things which was not earlier possible. With big data, I should be able to organize unstructured data as well and find out some relevant outcome for my business. So all this kind of adoption of new trends is also kind of very challenging today with the respect to the core, because the stable core also needs upgrades, and these upgrades are like time bound. Usually you upgrade your ECC in every 6 months maybe. So you cannot expect something radically changing in your stable core to make your, which is currently running your company. You cannot make a radical change in this layer, or you cannot expect your software provider like SAP to make a radical change here. Yet you want speed it innovation, right? You want people process information integration, as I mentioned, people integration by means of mobile devices, process integration by means of exchanging the data, and then information integration is by means of creating new different types of solutions which are making the information available readily for you. Then you need speed of innovation. You cannot be bound to this 1 year release cycle, like wait for 1 year where my new application will come and then only I can use it. So this was also a very big limitation with respect to SAP solution. Many a times you would have seen that I am not able to do things because SAP has planned release after 1 year, and that functionality which I'm right now looking in the system is planned to be delivered next year. So I am kind of bound my hands to not innovate. So that's, these are all the challenges which you must have faced. That okay, this functionality, okay, this is already planned by SAP after 1 year. Now I mean company will say, why 1 year? I mean, can you wait for that much of time to bring this new application or new transaction code or new functionality for even a small field which you want to introduce? Either you do it custom, or you have to rely on the old functionality. So these are all the challenges which we had. So the all these challenges you can solve with the help of SAP Cloud Platform. So SAP has introduced SAP Cloud Platform as its strategic digital platform for doing all this stuff which I just mentioned, the challenges. So all these challenges can be overcome with the help of SAP Cloud Platform. Now, there are a lot of misconception around us about SAP Cloud Platform, and you might have also seen a lot of demos around there, yet you are confused what they are exactly doing there in the cloud platform. So guys, please understand, SAP Cloud Platform is a platform as a service, which means you are, when you are saying I'm working with SAP Cloud Platform, you are not developing SAP Cloud Platform. It's already there for you to use. You are building on top of SAP Cloud Platform. So the main statement I would like to make here is, remember, you are not building the platform. SAP Cloud Platform doesn't mean you are building it. Rather, you will be using this platform to build or integrate on top of it. So this will provide the whole bunch of services to you. Using this bunch of services, you either can build something new, or you can use extend something new, something which is already there, you can extend that, or you can also integrate. So just to quickly show you where can you find these capabilities of SAP Cloud Platform, go back and search for help.sap.com slash CP. CP stands for Cloud Platform. Press enter, and that's where you can find the complete documentation about SAP Cloud Platform offerings, So you can see here the services which it offers, the capabilities. So click on that. And now we will see that what are all the capabilities, main key capabilities of cloud platform. You see whole bunch of services and capabilities it offers. So remember, when you're working, you say I'm working on cloud platform, you are actually building something on top of it. So you can see blockchain, you can see integrations, you can see IoT, Internet of Things, you can see document management, data privacy, data management like HANA DB if you want to manage data using HANA or PostgreSQL. So you can use that. You can use analytics. You can do integrations. You see cloud platform integration. You can do mobile integration. Many of you say, Anubhav, I want to track the statistics of my usage of mobile apps. Right, suppose I have built a Fiori app, and this Fiori app I want to check how many people have logged in this Fiori app, what was the overall usage of Fiori app. So you will go with mobile capabilities, with hybrid model applications. So then you have user management, user experience, the Fiori, so-called Fiori. So under this, if you go back, you will see there we have SAP Web IDE offered as a service to allow you to build this Fiori user experience. So you can see here, these are all the things which it offers broadly. You see lot of these services which SAP is offering. Yeah, so these are all the list of services. It's huge. So you are actually building on top of what SAP has offered you. So please remember, SAP Cloud Platform is SAP's digital platform for you to build something on top of it. So what is SAP Cloud Platform? Let's note down the definition of SAP Cloud Platform. We will look at also technicality of cloud platform in a minute, but let's understand SAP Cloud Platform, or also known as SCP. This is the short form of SAP Cloud Platform. Earlier also known called as HCP. The old name for this was HCP, HANA Cloud Platform. Later on, SAP realized it's not just offering HANA, because it was creating a lot of confusion. People were saying, is it HANA? So that's why SAP renamed it to SAP Cloud Platform. SAP Cloud Platform is a digital platform. Why it is called digital platform? Because it has digital capabilities like machine learning offering. It has capability like blockchain capabilities. So a lot of these capabilities it is offering. That's why it is called digital platform as a service, to allow companies to build, integrate, and extend existing solutions. I hope this one line definition talks a lot about what exactly SAP Cloud Platform. So there are two statements here. One statement is this one. This is very important. Platform as a service. And the second statement is this statement, which says it is used to build, integrate, and extend. So let's talk about second statement first. So now if you look at the tracks of learning, whenever you say I'm learning SAP Cloud Platform, so it's a very broad umbrella. You just saw that it was offering whole bunch of services. Now what exactly you're doing there, that's more important. You need to understand. If you don't understand, then definitely there is something you are missing. So many a days, I am these days getting so many calls and messages on our website that we want to learn SAP Cloud Platform, but they don't know what they want to learn. They went to some tech ed event, they went to some online event, they saw some trainings, they saw some demo. There they everybody's saying SAP Cloud Platform, SAP Cloud Platform, and they are coming and asking me, Anubhav, I want to learn SAP Cloud Platform. Now I ask a cross question: what do you want to do in SAP Cloud Platform? Why you want to learn SAP Cloud Platform? What is your goal? So SAP Cloud Platform is a very big umbrella, guys. Under that you have so many things, is that you need to be very precise that, Anubhav, this is what exactly I want to do. I want to build a new app. I want to integrate my existing solution. I want to extend my existing solution. What exactly you want to do? You need to be precise in that area. Only then you will be able to achieve your goals about SAP Cloud Platform. It's a very broad umbrella. So what are all the different tracks of learning when it comes to SAP Cloud Platform? So let's understand that quickly. what are the different tracks or probably learning tracks which someone would do probably to learn SAP Cloud Platform. So you see, these are all the multiple tracks. One of you will be doing one of these things when you're working in SAP Cloud Platform. So the first track is build a new solution. Build a new solution, which means either you are conceptualizing, you're creating a prototype, then you are developing it and deploying it and delivering a solution. So that is the track number one. You will be creating SAP, using SAP Cloud Platform to give birth to completely new solution. Now, there are different programming languages which it supports. I will show you it in a minute, what are all it supports. So that's what called SAP Cloud Platform build new solution approach, where you are completely building everything from scratch in Cloud Platform. So SAP Cloud Platform is offering you database, it is offering you programming support, so everything you can build it right there in Cloud Platform. So that's track number one. The track number two is so called integrate. Integrate means you want to connect your multiple cloud solutions together. So earlier in SAP NetWeaver, we used to have a concept called PI. If you heard about PI, PI stands for process integration. So if you want to integrate your different cloud solution or on-premise and cloud integrations, then SAP Cloud Platform also is the central strategical alliance who allows you to integrate multiple solution. It can be OP to cloud or cloud to cloud. Suppose your company has bought SAP S4 HANA on-premise. In that case, you want to take data from SAP S4 HANA on-premise and replicate some of this data in SuccessFactors or in Ariba. So that's where the integration comes into picture. SAP Cloud Platform plays a very important role because it offers a service called CPI. CPI stands for Cloud Platform Integration Service, which allows you to create integrations, define data points, inbound, outbound data point integration, integration related things, adapters, different variety of adapters to push the data. SAP also deliver pre-packaged integration content, so how to use that. We have also lightweight programming called groovy programming there. So that's a completely different module altogether to learn CPI, Cloud Platform Integration. So either some of you will be working on CPI there in this case. Also, you can build something called cloud workflows. You can build end-to-end workflows which spans across multiple systems. That's also kind of integration you are doing with the help of Cloud Platform. The third track is extend track. In extend track, you are actually building something, but not from scratch. Scratch, I mean, you are not going to build database all over again. You're not going to build application logic all over again. Rather, you will reuse your existing solution. For example, S4 HANA cloud, you are using that solution already, and that solution already offers you OData services. You will use those services and extend your existing solution by adding new functionality. So you will not go and pollute your existing solution, which is your stable core, the way you run your company's stable mode. You don't pollute that. You will create a solution side by side in SAP Cloud Platform by consuming the data from there. So that's called extend option, track number three for learning. And track number four is adopt the new trends, adopt the new technologies. For example, if I want to try out what's there in machine learning, then you would probably do that with the help of SAP Cloud Platform, because that's your innovation platform. You get faster innovation. The release cycle is much faster. You can see every quarter you get a new functionality added to the cloud platform. So the speed of innovation is there with cloud platform. That's a major advantage. So if your company want to run in the buy model IT mode, where they want to run a stable core, let's say you bought an S4 HANA, very good, fine, perfect, all your operations are working good, so nice. Yet in parallelly, you want to innovate new apps, you want to develop new apps, you want to extend existing Fury apps in as a new different application altogether. So then in that case, you can go ahead with SAP Cloud Platform. I hope you all are now clear about learning tracks. So when somebody is telling you I'm working on Cloud Platform, what is that they're doing? They must be doing one of these track. Okay, so this was a very big confusion in many of us. Whenever we go to a TechEd, let's say TechEd is there now next month in Bangalore, so you are attending TechEd, and now you'll see so many demos there in TechEd. In the tech ed, you will see, okay, people are showing this, that they're showing in SAP Cloud Platform, and now you have a confusion. Oh my God, I don't understand what they're saying. What is SAP Cloud Platform? I want to learn that. So actually learning SAP Cloud Platform is nothing. You are learning something of these tracks on top of SAP Cloud Platform. That's truly an SAP Cloud Platform is all about. Okay, so it's that's the first thing what you are doing actually. So this is where SAP Cloud Platform you will be using. Now coming back to this platform as a service, what does it mean? What is platform as a service? So imagine guys, you are working, you are doing a startup, you are having your own company and you are doing a startup. In this startup, now you want to build a Android application or mobile application. So what are all you need to do? You need to first buy computers, right? So you will buy computers or laptops, yeah. So you have to basically buy a hardware. I mean, you need to buy motherboard, you need to buy hard disk, you need to buy RAM, you need to buy processor, CPU. Basically, you need to buy monitor, you need to buy screens, you need to buy, all that hardware you need to purchase. After you buy a hardware, you cannot immediately start building a software on top of it. On top of this hardware, now your company needs to go ahead, or you need to go ahead and install some bare minimum software as in mean OS, operating system. So you will decide whether you want to go with Windows, you want to go with Mac OS. If you're buying a Mac hardware, then you have to go with the Mac OS, Macintosh operating system, or you will probably go with the Linux installation, right? So this is the second thing which you need to do after you set up something. Then on top of it, you have the networking layer. So you have to make sure that you will set up all the routers, Wi-Fi connections, the LAN connections, the switches, the hubs to connect your company network, to connect all the people who have different computers. They need to be connected via the network. So you need to buy the hubs, you need to buy the Wi-Fi devices, you need to buy the routers, you need to buy the LAN cables, you need to do the networking, all that you need to do to basically achieve that connection between these different machines which your company is buying. And then on top of it, you need to install all the required software units to be able to start developing actually. So guys, if you want to develop a web application, which software do you use? Anyone? Which software do you need to develop a web application? Which software do you need to develop a web application? Anybody from web application background? A small website I want to develop, you need Eclipse software, right? Very good. What else do you need? You need Tomcat server, right? You need maybe a JBoss server. You need Eclipse IDE, yeah. So these are all the IDEs or the softwares you need to install. You need JRE, Java Runtime Environment. If you want to develop a .NET application, a Windows application, then you need to install Windows, Microsoft Visual Studio. If you heard about Visual Studio, that's the tool which we use to build Microsoft applications. If you want to build an Android application, then you need to install ADT, Android Development Studio, ADS, right? So all these softwares you need to buy. Some of them are licensed, some of them are open source. If you want to build Node.js application, then you have to install Node.js. You need to install Atom.io. So a lot of these development tools and development programming language support you need to install to be able to develop apps. Similarly, if you want to build ABAP application, you need to install SAP basis, right? SAP NetWeaver. So all this you need to install as a prerequisite to be able to start. And then finally after all this, you will be starting the development. At the end of the day, now you building your program. You build your program and that runs on this runtime environments. And then you will have the networking, you will have the operating system, you have hardware. So this is called software stack, a simplified software stack. Are you clear what is a software stack? So any company who want to build an app, mobile app, this is what they have to do. This, they need to apply software stack. And suppose you build a mobile app and this mobile app becomes so famous, it has rocked it the market, and you are becoming now a millionaire, and this mobile app is a big hit in the market. Now guys, a question to all of you: suppose this is a big hit in the market, don't you think you need scalability? Don't you think you need more computers, more laptops, more employees to handle more load? Yes. How do you scale this? Will you go again to Nehru Place in Delhi or Richmond Road in Bangalore to buy more computers? If you buy more computers, more hardware, you need more space to store that, right? You need more space. You need more bigger networking solutions. You want big routers, servers, a lot of these things you have to invest, right? That too, you are not sure if your idea will work or not in future. So maybe पैसे कमाना और पैसे कमाते रहना दो अलग अलग चीजें हैं. Just earning the money and keep earning the money is two different things, right? So you are not sure whether the new ideas which you're trying or the new things which you are buying will work good or not. It's a very big thing, right? It's a very important thing. You need to understand that. So now you don't want to invest very big. You don't want, suppose you see, when mobile companies have come, you see there was a game which used to come as Angry Birds. I'm sure many of you would have played Angry Birds, right? Now how many of you play Angry Birds still? Maybe few of them. So initially even I played Angry Birds, and then suddenly Angry Birds went out of market. I mean, they are still there. I mean, in the App Store you can still install that app, but nobody is playing Angry Birds. Then this Subway Surfer have come, and I remember I also switched to the Subway Surfer. Everybody was playing Subway Surfer, right? And now people are playing PUBG, right? So you see, this is a trend. If I am Angry Birds, if I am someone of that, then what I would do is, if I suppose buy a big hardware, if I start suppose buying a big solution, I have invested millions of dollars in scaling, and now that scaling is not working out for me because people have started playing PUBG. If I am Angry Birds, nobody is using me, so my money is wasted, right, guys? What will I do to those computers now which I've invested heavily? So basically all that is a scrap. That's what happens in industry. You try out something big, it worked out initially pretty well, later point of time it is not giving return on investment, you are in a big soup. That's the big problem. Yeah. So what is the solution of this problem? The solution of this problem is, if you think that you are scaling, scale on demand. On demand as in, you should be in a mode where you can purchase new computer. Actually you don't have to have a hardware, buy a hardware. You actually rent out a computer from the internet. Can you imagine? You rent out a computer from internet. That's possible. Yes, that's possible. Suppose you want 100 gigabytes of RAM computer. You don't have to go to Delhi in the Nehru Place to buy 100 gigabytes of RAM. You can go to a company and you say, hey, can you please rent me out a computer with 100 gigabytes of RAM? And they will say, fine, yeah, we have that computer. We will give you that computer of 100 gigabyte of RAM. You don't have to buy the hardware, you just have to pay rent for it monthly basis, and they'll say maybe $20 a month you pay. Now if you go technically to buy 100 gigabyte of RAM in the market, you will be end up paying maybe $500, and here you are getting the RAM in $20 a month. You're renting it out, and you don't have to also take care of somebody will steal it or not, right? I've seen some companies, very small company, employee will steal the RAM, employee will take out the softwares out of it. So you don't have to worry about stealing that stuff now because you're renting out this completely on the internet. So that's where these companies have started offering something called infrastructure as a service. So in the infrastructure as a service, these two stacks are covered. So there are companies who are actually offering infrastructure as a service. What is infrastructure as a service? Where you get a computer on internet. You want a configuration of, let's say, Linux Ubuntu installation on a computer with 20 petabytes of memory with 200 gigs of RAM. You want that computer. If you buy that computer from market, it will cost you a huge amount. Now that computer is available on the internet for you at on rent. So you don't know whether you scale tomorrow or not. But if you today buy that hardware, it's very costly, and maybe your idea works out, not works out, you don't know. So why to buy that initially? You'd rent it out. Yeah, you rent it out. Suppose your idea doesn't work. If you bought the hardware, you have to scrap it. Nobody is there to buy it, right? You cannot sell it as a second hand. Even you sell it as second hand on OLX, nobody will be, paying that much of amount which you spent initially. So why to spend that? Just buy it on demand, rent it out from the internet. So here this is called infrastructure as a service offering in the cloud. There are good providers like AWS, Amazon Web Services. Then we have Google Cloud Services, GCS, and then we have Microsoft Azure. So these are all the top players today in the market. They are offering infrastructure, basically computer and an OS installed on that computer. You can just go and check, quickly show you aws.amazon.com. If you go there, you will see there is an option for you to quickly go ahead and create an account and check the pricing here. So now if you go to pricing, you will see they will tell you, okay boss, if you want this computer with this size, this much is your charge. You see, you can also calculate your savings here, optimize your cost. So you can also at any time you say, I don't want 500 gigabytes of RAM, can you please reduce down to 200 gigabytes? Can you do that when you buy the hardware from the market? You bought a 500 gigs of RAM. Can you tomorrow go and say, hey, please exchange this to 200 gigs? It's very expensive. I don't need that much. You cannot do that. But that's what you can do when you rent out a computer from Amazon. You can say, hey, Amazon, I have realized that I'm also okay to run on less memory, less storage. Can you please reduce that storage size? And accordingly, guess what? Amazon will also reduce the charges which they are charging for rent. Your rent will reduce down. Suppose in your dish TV or in your television network, you can reduce down the channels, right? So you don't want to watch sports channel, you don't want to watch cookery channel, you can reduce down that pretty easily. You can say, hey, I don't want these channels, I want probably ZTV, Star News, and maybe I want Cartoon Network. So only that, those much you will be charged. So this is completely on demand scenario. So you can go and create a free trial here on Amazon, and you can rent out a computer on Amazon. You see, you can rent out a computer on Amazon. You see, there are different instances here. So you see 5 GB, this much hour you can use it for free. You can see different 25 GB, you see. So there are different things, and also they've started offering first computers on internet. Okay, so this is what they've started offering initially. Later on they realize people buy their computer and then they're installing third party hardware, they're installing third party software, like for doing IoT scenario. They are installing some softwares for doing Visual Studio, Windows development. They are installing Visual Studio. Yeah. So slowly this IES has scaled up, and it has also started covering networking, installation of network softwares. Like in Linux, we have Samba server, Squid server, SMTP server. So these are all they've started covering under the infrastructure itself. Later on people buy this rent out this computer from internet, and now they've started installing Visual Studio. They've started installing machine learning solution. There are a lot of frameworks which comes for machine learning. They've started installing those machine learning frameworks. So then these companies have thought, they've checked the trends, and they saw what are all the different softwares these people are installing on their computers. Then they also started offering something called platform as a service, where they say, okay, you want Oracle database, you don't install Oracle database, I will install Oracle database for you, and you pay me. Okay, and I will take care of upgrade also I will take care. So you don't install Oracle, you tell me which version of Oracle you want. You don't install SAP, you tell me which version of SAP NetWeaver you want. You don't install S4 HANA, you tell me which S4 HANA version you want. I will do it for you. Okay, I will do it. And for that also you start paying me renting. Okay, you start paying me rent. So that is what has happened, and this is called platform as a service. So platform as a service is built on top of infrastructure as a service. It's basically a platform. Platform to do what? Platform to build applications. Okay, where they will install node.js for you, they will install Visual Studio for you, whatever you need. You say I want to do a freelancing software development with node.js, loopback framework, and MongoDB. They will do that for you. You say I want MongoDB as a service, they will install that, and they will charge you rent for MongoDB. If it is free, they will charge you one time installation cost and you can start using it. You say I want Node.js, they will do that for you. So this is called platform as a service. This is mainly meant for whom? Meant for developers. Mainly meant for developers, startups, those who don't want to spend initially everything. They want to use it as a service initially to build something on top of it. So your cost has come down, your efforts also have come down. Imagine if you were doing all these, there is a huge effort before even setting the company. You have to struggle a lot, correct? You have to struggle a lot to set up itself the basic stuff to start the development. Now if I take these two things on rent on the internet in the cloud directly, what does it mean? I can hire people and I can start my development next day itself. I don't have to go to Nehru Place. I don't have to go to Richmond Road. I don't have to go to Silicon Valley to buy the complicated hardware, to set up everything on my own, to hire people to set up also. So you cannot probably do a Windows installation yourself. You need to hire some IT guy to do that Windows installation. You need to buy Windows licenses. All that is now not needed because that's is being taken care by infrastructure provider. And then that's where the platform as a service also come. There are a lot of players in platform as a service, so let me note down some of these players, some of the key players who are there today in the market, which are dominating the market. So of course Amazon also started offering this AWS. Then you have Google Cloud Platform. You might have heard about GCP, Google Cloud Platform. You might have heard about Amazon AWS platform. Azure is also another player. Other than that, these are some big, very big, massive players, mainly for big enterprises. For a small person like me, like a startup guy, there are other solutions like Ocean Cloud. This is also another cloud platform. Then we have something called Cloud 69. We have Cloudflare. Similarly, we have also SAP Cloud Platform. That is platform as a service, which means SAP Cloud Platform will offer you database. It will offer you programming support. Yeah. If you want to run a Node.js program, it will automatically have Node.js installed for you. Okay. If you want to run a Java program, it has already GRE installed for you. If you want to run a SAP ABAP program, it has already SAP NetWeaver or SAP ABAP platform installed for you. Wow, guys, are you clear what is platform as a service? So SAP Cloud Platform, are you all clear, guys? What is SAP Cloud Platform? It is a platform as a service. Suppose I want to build something on HANA. I don't have to buy this complicated hardware. I can simply take SAP Cloud Platform, and I have options to choose which infrastructure provider I want to go with, and then SAP will offer me a HANA instance running in cloud, which I can straight away use. And from the very next moment, even the same day, I decided to open a new company today, which will build the cloud solutions on top of HANA. So I can do it right away today itself. I can start building my HANA native application, HANA Access apps right away today. I don't have to go to SAP and purchase HANA. And even I can do trials. So SAP Cloud Platform also offer trial accounts for individuals like you and me, developers, to try out things. And if you think things are working out, you buy a productive subscription where you can choose the service. More you use, more you pay. Yeah. So bigger you want to make your instance, more you have to pay. It's on demand. So everything is on demand here. Infrastructure is on demand, platform is on demand, and then of course on top you will have your skill set to develop. So now those who are ABAPers, If you decide to move out of your company and start your own company, you can buy subscription of SAP Cloud Platform, and as an individual, as an independent consultant, you can start building ABAP applications, start selling them. Yes, guys, you can start building ABAP applications, start selling them. You have the skill. You don't have to buy this hardware. You don't have to find an investor. With little bit of investment, buy a subscription of SAP Cloud Platform, use your ABAP skill, and you can build whole new solutions and start selling them. Yes, yes, completely possible. Are you clear? So here is where you will build your applications, your apps, so-called apps in short form. You will be building it. Is that clear? Any questions on this slide, guys? What is infrastructure as a service? What is platform as a service? And what you are building ultimately, this is called application as a service. You are actually then offering application as a service, AAAS. Is that clear, everybody? What is IaaS, PaaS, and AAS? All of these three terms, I hope it's clear. Please answer in chat window. You're clear with these terms. What is platform as a service, application as a service? So let's go ahead and set up our account, our trial account. So SAP is also offering a trial account for platform as a service, which is SAP Cloud Platform. They are offering a trial account to us so we can practice and learn SAP Cloud Platform development, extension or integrations basically. So now in this, when it comes to SAP Cloud Platform, there are two offerings SAP is giving to you. SAP is saying, okay, I'm offering you as a platform as a service, which is nothing but SAP Cloud Platform. What is the prerequisite for SAP? What is the prerequisite for platform as a service, guys? Anyone? To run platform as a service, what is the prerequisite? Perfect, Pooja. You need IaaS, you need infrastructure. You see, this is the foundation for platform. So infrastructure is minimum, right? It's bare minimum to run platform. So that's where SAP is giving two opportunities or two options. So they are saying there are two options for infrastructures. The first option for infrastructure is called Neo infrastructure. In the Neo, basically it's here they will say you want to use Neo or you want to use Cloud Foundry. There are two offerings here in Cloud Platform. So in the Neo, you don't have a choice to choose the infrastructure. The Neo use SAP's own data center, SAP's own infrastructure as a service. So guys, what SAP did, they've done heavy investment. Initially, when they started cloud platform journey, they announced themselves as a cloud company. They have bought these expensive computers. Yeah. So many computers, they bought thousands of laptops, thousands of memory, RAM, CPUs, they bought that. They bought all the hardware. And this hardware, they kept it on different locations on the planet Earth. They've placed it in different locations, and this was or not offered directly as infrastructure as a service. They are not an infrastructure company, so they have bought these laptops, they've connected, they've done the networking, installation of OS, everything to actually offer you this. For this, they've done that. So this is what SAP's own infrastructure. It's available free for lifetime. Okay, free for lifetime. In the even in the trial mode, it's available free for lifetime. Of course, limited capabilities, limited memory, you can use it, limited computer resources, you can use it, free for lifetime in the trial mode. And this is the infrastructure, underlying infrastructure for SAP platform as a service Neo trial. Okay, for a developer. So now we are talking about trial of cloud platform. So this is what the Neo is based on. So when somebody asks what is the difference between SAP Cloud Platform Neo and Cloud Foundry, you say the biggest difference between Neo and Cloud Foundry is Neo is using SAP's own infrastructure. SAP has bought these computers. They have done the installation of OS. They have done the networking, and this is all resides in SAP's enterprise. SAP's own computers. So that's what the Neo is based on. Then they realized that they are not good in this. Yes, they realized that they are not good in infrastructure, and it's getting cost is also getting too high. And yet people are not penetrating to this much on the SAP cloud platform. They changed the strategy a little bit. They have launched again the cloud platform in 2015 with Cloud Foundry. Okay, so Cloud Foundry is basically the another organization which are offering a service, and they are saying it's an open source. They say if anybody want to build platform as a service, this is a good guidance I am giving you. So they tied up with Cloud Foundry organization, and they have bought the implementation of SAP Cloud Platform in the Cloud Foundry way. Okay, in the Cloud Foundry way. So Cloud Foundry is another offering which SAP is offering as a platform as a service with Cloud Platform, and this is now offering you three options for infrastructure as a service to choose from. So you can go ahead and you can decide which one you want as an infrastructure service. So there is AWS, there's GCP, and there is this Azure. So these are all the three offers. So what you don't have to go to Amazon to set up this. You don't have to go to SAP to set. This is all behind the scenes. So you as a developer will be working with Cloud Platform, and you will only be telling Cloud Platform what I want to do. So Cloud Platform, when you're setting up your account, it will ask you which one you want to go. You want to go Neo or you want to go Cloud Foundry. This is what SAP will do. My personal gut feel is in the future, the Neo will be decommissioned. Neo will be completely decommissioned. My personal gut feel says this will be decommissioned completely. So basically, this is having too much of cost on SAP. So SAP will take it away actually. So now they will use this one. So currently, even for setting up this guy, SAP is bearing the cost. They are bearing the cost currently for trial. For trial, I'm saying they are bearing the cost. But when you buy productive instance, the total cost of owning SAP Cloud Platform will be the cost of this plus the cost of this. So this will be the total cost of ownership, TCO we call it as, when your company want to implement use SAP Cloud Platform, Cloud Foundry. This will be the total cost of ownership SAP will be charging you. And of course, this is a service offering, which means there is a billing cycle. Every month you will be charged. More you use, you remember, it's a computer on rent. It's a computer on rent. So there will be a billing cycle, just like you getting your mobile bills every month, just like you getting your television subscription bills every month, your internet bills every month. Similarly, it's a subscription. So that's another catch here. So between the on-premise and on-demand. So on-demand is a subscription model. Subscription model is every month you have to pay some amount. Maybe you're not paying that expensive one, but you're not sure whether things will work out or not. You don't want to invest everything on your own. You want to basically try out things. So you want to try innovation. You want to run company in mode 2 parallelly. So in that case, you want to go ahead with this model. So there you have SAP Platform as a Service. Already more than 13,000 customers have subscription of SAP Cloud Platform. So SAP on this planet is one of the biggest ERP company, and more than 13,000 customers of SAP have already bought the SAP Cloud Platform subscription to build something on top of it. Maybe that's another story. Some of them don't even have a clue what is it. Yeah, and some of them are asking their employees to ramp up themselves on the cloud platform, but many of them have bought the cloud platform subscription already. So this is what has already been done. So now in this case, you have options to choose infrastructure, which one you want to go. The total cost will be this, but good news for you as a developer is SAP is also offering a trial for both Neo and trial for both Cloud Foundry. SAP is offering that. Okay, for you, SAP is offering a trial for Neo and Cloud Foundry, both it is offering you. So you can, as a developer, individual person, and don't have to buy anything. They're offering 60-day trial for Cloud Foundry actually. Okay, 60 days trial they are offering. This is what SAP is offering, a 60-day trial to you guys. So what you can do technically, you can set up this Cloud Foundry platform as a service trial offering. You can use this trial offering. So we will be doing that in a minute. We will go ahead and create a trial account with 60-day Cloud Foundry trial, so we can practice our ABAP programming language. Look at here. In this platform as a service, you will see that SAP is offering ABAP platform. So this is another platform offering which SAP is doing, which means you can now write an ABAP program and it can be compiled, it can be executed. So that's what will happen. So now if you come here, so let's go ahead and see how can we set up an account. And then once this is open, you will get a beautiful UI and you will get a whole bunch of tools and services which it offers to be able to build. So these are all under the SAP Cloud Platform portfolio. It's very huge. It's very, very big. They offers a lot of these things. They will basically offer tools, services. Everything is a service. Basically, Java is also as a service. You can run Java programs. Database is also a service. You can run HANA DB. Everything is a service. So tools, services, and connections and integrations. So everything they will offer. So in terms of tools, they will offer web IDE tool which you can use. Just go to internet, open the SAP Cloud Platform, open the web IDE, and you can start developing. They will offer services like programming language as a service, Java service. They will offer ABAP as a service, ABAP platform as a service, so you can write ABAP programs and compile them. They will offer integration as a service. For example, CPI tenants. CPI stands for Cloud Platform Integration. Those who are taking my CPI training, you would know already what is CPI, what is HANA Cloud Integration or SAP Cloud Integration. So that's where you're going with track two to integrate. So that's where we use integration services offered by Cloud Platform. And you just saw that there are huge number of services it offers in the cloud. If you go to capabilities, you will find the complete list of capabilities it offers here. So these are all the list of capabilities it offers, right? You can also get a trial account or paid account. You can see the documentation, it shows you whether to go with when to go with paid, when to go with trial. So for us, as we are individuals, we are individual consultants, so for us to try, we cannot afford to go with paid accounts, very, very expensive. So maybe we'll go with trial account, learn everything, and same way everything will work in the paid accounts also. So I will just put the link for the documentation, help.sap.com, where you can always go and check this up. CP Cloud Platform, copy that. And let me just go ahead and put that documentation link out here so you guys can try this out immediately. So this is the documentation link for Cloud Platform documentation. Now, let's go to actual Cloud Platform to actually set up the trial account. What I recommend every one of you to create a
Anubhav,
email.
I have one question.
Sorry. Go ahead with your question.
Yeah, how do enterprises decide that they have to go with the Neo platform or the Cloud Foundry platform?
Okay, so it depends on what exactly you want to do. Are you want to develop a Node.js application? Are you want to develop a ABAP application? You have to go with Cloud Foundry. Now, the another important thing is it depends what services you want to use. So this is what matters to decide. So that's what I will show you next. If you go back here in this and go back to this page, you see SAP Cloud Platform regions and service portfolio. So your company or you have to go to this tab, and here now you will see all the regions, their data centers where they're offering different services. So all the services are not offered in one data center. You see these are all the data centers. You see those yellow ones, they are Neo. You see these are all Neo. You see this AWS, Azure, GCP, Alibaba also they started offering. So these last four are actually Cloud Foundry offerings. So you see these data centers, and now each of these data center has different offering. Yes guys, each of these has different offerings actually. So if you just come down, you will see these offerings, you see. So now suppose, first thing you need to ask your company, what do you want to do? So guys, remember I told you in this PPT, simply don't say I am going SAP Cloud, I want to learn SAP Cloud Platform. Which track you want to learn? So please tell me which track you want to do SAP Cloud Platform. Why you want to use SAP Cloud Platform? What do you think? What is your requirement in your company? to do SAP Cloud Platform. You want to do machine learning, let's say machine learning use case. So maybe I want to go track 4. So in that case, you come down to service offering and search here for ML, enter. Now you see here in ML, you see SAP Leonardo Machine Learning Foundation. Can you see, is it offering in the Neo? Is it offered in Neo? No, it's offered in Cloud Foundry. So very first thing you now found out which one you want to go. Neo you cannot go because this service is not even offered in Neo. It's only offered in Cloud Foundry. Even in the Cloud Foundry, which infrastructure provider it is offered with? What will be the infrastructure provider it is offered with? Come back. Always you need to ask this. Who is the infrastructure provider? They are clearly telling AWS, which means if you want to use Leonardo machine learning in your company, can you go with GCP and Neo? Can you go with Google Cloud Platform and Neo? You cannot. It's clearly noted down here. I hope this answers your question. How do you decide which one to go with? Suppose I want to build a SAP Fiori application. So I search for Web IDE. Okay. Search for, you see Web IDE, full stack. Can you see Neo? Are you clear? If you want to build Web ID based application, which is the type, which is the environment you have to use? Neo environment. So you have to create a Neo type of sub account to be able to create. And you see, infrastructure provider is SAP. So Neo default infrastructure provider everywhere is SAP. You see, this is also Neo. Infrastructure provider is SAP. So they are providing, and where all they have those computers. I told you that infrastructure means computers, right? Hardware, the operating system, the RAM, the processors, the screen. Where did SAP kept all those computers? Of course, they will not give you Google Map location that this is my data center. This is where I'm keeping all my computers. So that's called data center. Data center is a place where these things are set up. Yeah, basically all their physical computers, all their hardware is kept at one place. That's your data center, correct guys? So where is the data center? You see, these are all the data center options. These are all the countries. These are all the places and regions where they have data centers, where they are keeping those hardware. Are you all clear? Is that clear, everybody? What is the environment? What is the capability? What are all the capabilities? What are all the infrastructure? And which are all the data centers, regions, data centers which are available for that? And when I filter, you see it's also showing on the map already. It has filtered all the yellow ones, which is showing where all their data centers are. Now the next question comes, imagine I'm in India, but in India there is no data center. What do I do? Guys, it is cloud. It doesn't matter whether you are physically there at location or not. It's on internet. So my website, do you know what is location of anubhavtrainings.com? Do you know where we operate from? You don't know. It's cloud. You can just access my website anywhere on the planet, right? So I am using a data center which is in US somewhere. Okay, I'm using a data center which is in US. So that's where I've deployed my website. But it doesn't mean I need to be in US to access this. I can be anywhere. It's cloud, right? That's what the cloud means. It's everything is on internet. So this, it doesn't mean that you are choosing a data center US East, which means you have to be in US East only, then you can access the services. No, it's cloud, guys. So these are all the data center which just telling you this is where location. What is a good practice? What is a good practice? A good practice is, suppose you are in US and you are building a solution for only US customers. Choose your data center as US. If possible, if the services are offered there, choose it as US. Reason is, if you are close to data center, your response will be faster. Okay, that's the only reason. Yet it can be anywhere. Yet it can be anywhere. So suppose I want to use machine learning service. It's not offered in US data center. It's only offered in Frankfurt data center in Europe. Does it mean I need to be in Frankfurt physically? No, it's cloud. It's cloud. It can be accessed anywhere. So SAP has clearly giving you this guidance here. Right now they don't have any Alibaba server. Okay, now there's another catch. Have you guys heard about DPP, data privacy and protection? Recently Sundar Pichai from Google was summoned by US Parliament on the same note, DPP, data privacy and protection laws. So this is coming very nicely now these days. Most of the countries are adopting DPP guidelines, data privacy protection. They're saying social media, there's a risk that our personal data is getting stolen and theft with the social media. So recently, last year, the European Union have passed a law called GDPR. This is only for European Union, those who are working in Germany and European Union countries, you know about it. GDPR, yeah, Global Data Privacy Protection Regulation, right? GDPR. According to this, if you are in European Union and you are storing personal data, it cannot be outside the European region. If you are storing any data of a German guy or a guy living in France, this data has to be in the Europe data center only. This personal data cannot be stored in Japan or any other country's data center. Okay, so this way also it makes sense SAP to establish and comply to the global GDPR or DPP rules and regulation by keeping a data center. Tomorrow in India we don't have GDPR right now. Okay, there's no law our government has passed that my country's people data you can't store outside India. So that's why we don't have a data center right now in India. All right. So suppose Modi Sarkar applies a rule tomorrow and say my country's people data no company can store outside India. If they want to do it, they have to do it in India. Then unfortunately, all these countries, all these companies who have the data center, they need to somehow set up their data center in India itself. Okay, so right now even I'm in India, you see I'm able to access cloud platform and I'll be able to use all the services. Even though I'm in India, I will be able to do it because in cloud. But only constraint for GDPR is data part. If you are storing personal data, that too also personal data means email IDs, name of the person, social security number, that's called personal data. So GDPR says any personal data, if you're storing bank account number, PAN number, social security number, in India we have Aadhaar card number, PAN number, right? So that's your kind of social security number. So that is personal data. If anybody is storing personal data in Europe, they have to be in European data center for European people. It cannot be staying outside the Europe. This is what SAP have confirmed. I mean, German law. Sorry, European Union has confirmed. So that's why they have also data centers in Europe. You see, they have three data centers in Europe. Okay, you have four data centers in US. Okay, so likewise they have data centers, and this is SAP is the infrastructure provider here. So if you want to use Web IDE, you have to go with Neo account. I hope that answer your question. How to check if my company want to go with something? You need to first ask your company, your manager, whomsoever coming to you with requirement. You need to ask, what do you want to do? You want to build a Fury app in cloud? Okay, go with Neo. Okay, you want to do machine learning? Cannot go with Neo because machine learning is not offered with Neo. You have to go with AWS type data center with Cloud Foundry type of account. Okay, so now
Yeah,
let's go
Anubhav,
ahead.
I have a follow-up question on this. What if we want to use ML as well as the Web IDE,
So you will go with two sub
combination of two?
accounts. That's what I'm coming to now. Let me go to the system and show you how can you do that. In fact, let me show you using machine learning now in cloud platform, though it's not out of context, but it's good to learn that. I will just show you quickly how can you use machine learning in the cloud platform right away. So let me show you. So I want to use Web IDE and I want to use machine learning both. So I saw machine learning is in Cloud Foundry, and you see this, there are two data center, Euro Frankfurt and US East. Yeah, only these two you have it available right now for AWS. So AWS is offered in these two data centers. Okay, so you can also check in the map. So you see AWS is this one. Yeah, sky blue, and it's offered in Euro Frankfurt here, this one, and US East VA, I think it's Virginia or something. So that's where they are offering this one. So you have to go with this one if you want to use machine learning. So let's go to the system and see how can we start our trial account. So what I did is yesterday night, I have created another Gmail account. You can also create a new Gmail account for these services because we are starting the course now. And from now on, 60 days, those who have already registered, maybe those 60 days will expire. So we need at least server for next 60 days. So start a new Gmail account. And then how do you start with registration? So very first thing you have to do is go to cloudplatform.sap.com. This is the URL to start with cloud platform trial account. So I'll just go ahead and put this URL also over here so guys can try it out. Go there and press enter, and now you see start my free trial. Click on that. It will give you a simple form to submit, just like any other thing you register on internet. Simply that will come. Remember, you need a different mobile number to register a new account, so make sure you use your husband's mobile number or your wife's mobile number. So use that. So now you enter your email address, first name, last name, all that stuff you enter here. Yeah, and submit. It will send you confirmation email to confirm your email ID on your mailbox. So create a new mail account with a new phone number, register here. You will get a confirmation email. Just confirm that email. Okay, after you confirm that email, you are successfully subscribed to SAP Cloud Platform uh, trial account. And now we will log on to the trial. So I will go back, and now I have an option here to start my free trial. Click on that, and now it will ask me my credentials, username, password. Basically, you can also click on log on button here, and you will see it will ask me my username and password. So you see it's asking me username, password. So oops, why it is locking this, I'm not sure. Okay, maybe I'll try in the incognito mode, so it will ask me username, password. I'll just close this. Let me go and try in incognito mode. So incognito mode, it will not take cookies from your computer. So it will always prompt you for username, password. So I go and click on log on button. And now here it will ask me username, password. So yesterday night I've created another Gmail account for the training purpose, for you guys to show something from scratch. I've created a very fresh vanilla account, and now I will go ahead and register here with a log on with that account. So I have registered yesterday. So it's anubhav.aoc, ABAP on cloud at gmail.com. Similarly, you guys can create shweta.aoc.com or pavan.aoc.com, aoc@gmail.com. You create a new account today and then register that and just sign up with the cloud platform trial and just keep some password. Don't come to me, Anubhav, I forgot my password. I cannot help you. It's your password. You need to remember that. Note it down somewhere. So now I just logged into my trial account. And now you will see it will take us to the trial home. Register for free. It's already registered. So I just go register for free and see, click here to start my trial, and you see there is a user ID which is giving you. Just copy this user ID somewhere. You will need it maybe in future, so just store it and say start my trial. So now I'm starting, and you see this is starting with something called cockpit. Okay, this is called cloud platform cockpit. Guys, I've registered it fresh yesterday night. You will see exactly same options the way I will see today. So you see the very first thing, it says welcome to your personal trial. Which data center you want to go with? Select the one which is closest to you. So I will go with Europe Frankfurt, because I know machine learning is offered in Europe Frankfurt. You see, Europe Frankfurt, it's there. Okay, it's Cloud Foundry, AWS, machine learning, it's there. So I'll go with that one, this one, and say create account. So now it's creating a global account. Look at here, see, together with global account, it's also creating a sub account automatically for you. And it's also creating organization, it's also creating a space. So there are a lot of these terminologies. This is called Cloud Foundry org structure. Okay, it's called Cloud Foundry org structure. So you see it failed, no problem, I say continue. Don't panic, it's okay. And now you say enter in my trial. So what is a global account? So global account is nothing but in Cloud Foundry is the account which will be on the basis of which your pricing will be considered. Okay, so this is the account from the pricing point of view, an account which SAP will manage. Okay, so SAP will charge you based on global account. Okay, global account contains the list of services which are overall given to you. So okay, excuse me. So there you have list of all the services which your company is opting for. The charges, so you'll have one global account typically per company. It is also possible your company would buy multiple global account, but typically in a small medium scale company you have one global account. Okay guys, that's what you will have now. So we have got a global account, so you have got also the sub account. Let me delete this, I don't want it. I'll just delete it. I will show you something from scratch. Just delete that, don't want anything. So this is your global account. So I'm just deleting sub account. What is sub account? Let's discuss what is sub account. So under one global account, you can have multiple sub accounts. The sub account is mainly used for the purpose of service offerings. So one of you have just asked Anubhav, how do I use multiple Neo and Cloud Foundry? Because some services are there in Cloud Foundry, some are there in Neo. Guys, I need some water. I'll just be back in a second. So the sub account actually is your service offerings, which you will get it now based on regions. So this is what is your sub account. So suppose your company want to do machine learning and web ID development, then you need to use both Neo and also Cloud Foundry. So that's where your sub account comes into picture. So one global account can then internally have multiple sub accounts. So it's a one to n relationship. Now you may say, Anuma, why it's so difficult? Why they have done this much of branching? Why there are so many things? The reason is, guys, you never know. SAP is not building solution alone for you. You may say, I am happy with one account, which is, let's say, Neo. But SAP has to think through a solution which fits for everyone. And the best way to design something in a way which fits for everyone is break it down into pieces. If you break down something in pieces, you never know who want what type of strategy for their company. Since it's all broken down in small pieces, companies can use it the way they want to structure their services, their service offering. That is the main reason why SAP did like this. So now you one global account, which is the bill will come for this global account. Your company will be charged for global account. That global account, your administrator can create multiple sub account based on the needs. All right, based on the needs. Suppose in my company there is one bunch of people who are machine learning experts. There are another bunch of people who are experts on Fiori. There are another bunch of people who are experts in ABAP. I can create three sub accounts. The first sub account for machine learning, give it only to the people who are working on machine learning area. Second sub account, which has web IDE, give it to only to the people who are working on Fiori development. So administrator can now adjust it based on the need. So when a Fiori developer open cloud platform and log in, they will only see the sub account which they have got authorization for. So because their context of work is only Fiori development, why do they need to see machine learning related stuff? They don't need to, right? So that's where the concept of sub account is very helpful. An administrator can create different sub accounts, and then different services are offered in the sub accounts, and you can add members to the sub account. I'll show you that in a minute. So now a sub account is basically used for service offering. data center and services offered in a infrastructure. There are mainly two broad options, SAP and non-SAP. Non-SAP we saw Azure, AWS and GCP we have it. So certain services are only available with AWS and certain data centers. So accordingly you have to choose. So now your company will also add all the members. So your team members are assigned inside sub account based on their work in company. So I am creating this trial, so I'm the administrator of this trial, so I will get everything. Actually I will see everything, but when you are working you can then decide different members of each of the sub account. When they open, they will only see particular sub accounts, they will not see complete thing. So the person who has access to the global account is the super administrator. So I am myself the super administrator of my global account. So let me create here new sub account, and we want to use machine learning. So I will go here and I will just give some display name. You can change the display name later point of time. I will say Anubhav Cloud Foundry for ABAP and machine learning. This is my sub account name. So this sub account I will create for purpose of machine learning and ABAP layer for all those colleagues. And now I will of course choose here Cloud Foundry. Provider will be AWS, and as you know, region will be, we will be choosing Frankfurt. Are you clear how to decide these three things? Are every one of you clear how to decide these three things? Is everybody in the room clear how to decide these three things? Everyone, are you clear how to decide these three things? Yes or no? Please answer in chat window. Yes or no? Yeah, so we wanted to use machine learning. We went ahead, we checked it, we found this is the setup we have to do, and we did it. So this is how you decide in your company. Now you have to choose a subdomain name. Subdomain name is very important. It has to be unique within that region, within that environment. So within that Europe Frankfurt region, my subdomain name must be unique. So I will give it as Anubhav ABAP, and I'll just say, okay, please enable beta features, no problem. I say create. So this is how you see my first Cloud Foundry AWS infrastructure. So did I log into AWS? Did I go to AWS, Amazon, and did I pay to any computer? No. SAP Cloud Foundry is managing behind the scenes. So you see creation is failed. Why it failed? I don't know why it failed. So guys, it might have failed because of the name. Okay, it might have failed because of the name. So your name has to be unique. Be careful. The name which you are using has to be unique within that area. Maybe I would have created with that name earlier, so I will just change it again. Display name. Usually I keep display name same name as the subdomain name. Later on, of course, you can change it. So I can say Anubhav uh, Cloud Foundry sub account. Sub account for machine learning and ABAP related work. Again, choose Cloud Foundry. Region is AWS. Frankfurt I want to go, and subdomain is, let's say I want to use UC. Say create. And you see this starts the developer onboarding process. You can see here it is onboarding me. Basically it's creating the sub account for us. Okay, so this is very important, guys. Use your domain name. So if you guys try to use the same domain name which I used, it will fail actually. Okay, so be careful. Now as I mentioned, you will be charged for the global account. So if you go to entitlements, you will see all the service assignments to your global account. What are all the total amount of services which is SAP is offering you? You see ABAP trial, they are offering one service. Quota is one, maximum one. Now tomorrow if I want, let's say, 3 ABAP instances to run, I want 3 ABAP instances. What I need to do, I need to pay to SAP, and I will say SAP please add 2 more instances to my trial, and SAP will accordingly charge me to my global account. So the bill will be created from SAP. So global account from SAP point of view is very important. SAP don't care what sub accounts you have. That is your own management. But SAP, according to SAP, this is one account on which SAP will charge you. Okay, and all the services, the quotas for the services will be assigned to global account. Now you as an administrator can distribute this quota. Suppose I got 5 different ABAP instances. I pay to SAP and SAP gave me 5 ABAP instance quota. I will create 5 sub account, and each sub account I will assign one ABAP instance, because I have 5 different teams in my company who are doing ABAP development parallelly. Are you clear, guys? The Cloud Foundry organization structure or Cloud Platform org structure. Is that clear? So this can be mapped to your org structure in your own company. So now you see we have only one instance, which means even you create 5 sub account, how many maximum ABAP trial instances you can create? Even you create 5 sub account, how many maximum ABAP trial you can use? You can use only one, because total amount of services which SAP offering you in this trial is max one for a BAP trial. Similarly, let's search for ML Leonardo. You see, Leonardo is also a standard plan which is limited. Quota assignment is limited. We will see that what is the quota assignment in a second. So this is how you can check what are all is offered in total to your what all the quota and what are all is offered by SAP to your global account. And now from here we will go and just to the sub account. So we've created a sub account just now. I will parallelly also create a new sub account because I need web IDE. So new sub account, and I will say new sub account. And guys, by the way, they've destroyed the Neo from, you see, I think I was right. They're decommissioning Neo. So Neo is not there. But now I'll say, Anubhav, if Neo is not there, how will I use web IDE? Because that's what is very important for me, Anubhav. No problem. You can see here, if you go to cloudplatform.sap.com, you will see the web IDE right away there itself. Start your trial.
You know, they have put the button for Neo Access at the down in the cockpit homepage.
Sorry.
They have put the button to access the Neo platform in
Yes, yes, it's there.
below
I
in
agree.
this page.
If you see, you have access Neo trial here. So Neo is getting created automatically. You can check that. But see, in the Neo, if I just launch it here, so Neo is automatically created. You don't have an option to create explicit Neo sub account now. Earlier it was there, but now it's not there. If I click on that, you see this is my Neo sub account. Yeah, it's automatically getting created now. I don't have to create Neo sub account because infrastructure provided is SAP itself. So SAP automatically creating the Neo sub account. You see this is our Neo sub account which SAP has created, and it's always created in rot trial automatically. You see these are data centers, all are Neo data centers. So it's automatically for trial they are using a Europe rot. This is the data center they are using for trial. This is what has been used automatically to create the Neo trial for you. Now, so we have Neo trial also there, we have Cloud Foundry trial also there. Both of them are there. And in this Neo trial, if you come to services, you will find your service for SAP Web IDE. You see Web IDE full stack service to launch Web IDE. Anyway, we will come to this later, not now. We will now go back to our sub account. So this is your sub account. Now I go inside sub account, and as I mentioned, you can now decide who or all can see this sub account. So guys, right now we are in administrator mode. I am the administrator in my company. So you are not just learning development, you are also learning DevOps. Basically, you're learning DevOps. So I am the administrator in my company. I have created the sub account for ABAP developers to start building ABAP programs. Now I can decide who are all the developer who can access this. So that's what you do it here in the administrators. And you see this is the email ID assigned right now. I can also add more, and I can add more email ID to make you as part of this account. So this is how we can do it. Typically, since it's a trial, I'm not seeing an option called members option. So usually we also get a members option there. So that is what we will be able to use to do that. I think we have not enabled Cloud Foundry. So let me click on Enable Cloud Foundry. And usually the org name is kept as same name as the sub account name. So I choose Anubhav AOC and click on Create. So it's a one-to-one mapping between sub account and Cloud Foundry capabilities. So we just create that. Now it is created. Yes, now you see the moment I enable Cloud Foundry, I get a members area. So in these members, now I can add my users, my developers who can actually access this sub account. So I can add your email ID. So guys, after you today do this activity, please send your registered Cloud Foundry email ID. So I will be able to add your emails here, and then you guys can also see my sub account, Anubhav CF sub account. So let me just add another email ID of my own email ID. It's anubhav.aws@gmail.com. It's my own ID itself. I will just say this guy is a developer. Say okay. So now let's see if this works out. So I will go back to my normal browser and I will go to cloudplatform.sap.com. So I have just added another member in this add members section. Basically, this is you are administrator. You will add members, your company people into this members area. So now when I log in as anubhav.aws, I should be also able to see this sub account in my cloud platform cockpit. So when I log in, let me just log in with my email ID Anubhav AWS here, which is my another account. So suppose this is a developer now in your company who's logging in. So go to the trial. So I've added the developer as a member. So this developer now will be able to see that newly created sub account in his cockpit, in his cloud platform cockpit. So say launch the trial account. It's not able to see. Ideally, he should be able to see here the sub account actually. Is not able to see. So I'm not able to see with another one, but typically what should happen, that sub account which in which I've added this guy as a member will also come as a tile here. And as a developer, I can go to that sub account and I can also start consuming the services and developing something in that. It's not showing, I'm not sure. Ideally it should have shown there. Not sure why it's not showing, but that's the whole idea, or so-called organization structure. Okay, that's the whole idea. So here you will see that sub account. As a developer, you will always be able to see the sub account. Anyway, let's come back with our original ID only, which we are using for training. So now you can add members here, your different members in your company, to access them the sub account. So suppose I have 20 developers team, out of which 10 developers want to work on machine learning and 10 wants to work on the ABAP. So I will create two sub account. So the first sub account for machine learning related, I will assign these 10 developers as members. Second sub account for ABAP related development, I will assign these 10 members to this in the members area. Are you clear, guys, how you're organizing things? So just for organization purpose, it has no technical meaning as such. So technically, an account offers you services. These services, a developer or anybody who is a member of the account can use it. So it's up to you in your company to organize sub account based on your choice. SAP will not charge you for sub accounts. SAP will charge you for global account which you have taken. And for that, whatever service quota you have, for that SAP will charge you. So from a SAP point of view, the global account is making sense. From your developer point of view, sub account is making sense. So this is the org structure of Cloud Foundry. Now we went ahead, we created, and we also don't forget to enable Cloud Foundry here. So the moment you enable, you will see, you will get this link. This is actually so-called endpoint of that data center. So suppose tomorrow from web IDE I want to access this Cloud Foundry account, because web IDE exists in Neo, and from Neo I want to access this Cloud Foundry account from my web IDE. I have to use this endpoint. So I copy this endpoint and go to my web IDE full stack. watch out here, and so that I can access my um, my web IDE, my trial account, my Cloud Foundry account from my web ID. So I go to service, and you will see an option here. Okay, accept. First time I'm doing, so it's just asking accept. So you will be able to use this endpoint to communicate to this Cloud Foundry account. This is your HTTP endpoint basically. So from the web IDE now, if I want to consume something from this Cloud Foundry sub account, I have to use this endpoint. Okay, so I copy this endpoint. Okay, let it load quickly. And now, whenever you're creating a project tomorrow, you can set up your Cloud Foundry endpoint. So you can also go here, you can add your workspace preferences, and now you can choose, you see, these are different possible endpoints. So which one we are using, since we use European data center, EU10 is what we have to choose. So let's come back. We have an account in EU10. I choose EU10, and it's asking me my username password. So I will just pass that. And now you see Anubhav AOC is what we have created. You see, it's available, but there is no space available right now. What is a space? Suppose now you've onboarded a team of 20 developers. Now, when you want to build a solution, you cannot just build it as a college project. So in college, we used to build, we used to demo, build, test. Same place we used to do that. When you're building a productive application, you have to have development, quality, and production, right? That is the concept of space in Cloud Foundry. When you go back, you have an option to create a space here. So you see spaces. So you must have to create a space in order to start developing something. So I will create a space called dev space. And I'll say assign the dev space roles to me. I will be, since I'm myself I'm creating administrator, I should also have rights to this space. So I say create a dev space, and now you see dev space has been created. So once you go back, I just choose again EU10. And since I have created, okay, I have created just now dev space not reflecting. Let me just go out and come back. It should allow me to see that dev space actually. It's not showing. I'm not sure. So ideally, I disconnect and connect again. EU10. Yes. Let me connect again. So must create a dev space. So you will create 3 spaces DAQP for separating out your code accordingly. I log in now, and oops, it's still not picking up, guys. I'm not sure. There's something wrong. I have to check that. So basically, you have to create a dev space afterwards. So now you've created, and I have to also assign some quota plan. You see, right now there is no memory assigned to this. There is no routes. There is no services. So we have to also create a quota plan and assign that to my dev space. So I go inside the dev space, or okay, I'll go back to the sub account level, and there's something called quota plan. I go to the quota plan, and now you see right now there's no quota plan assigned. I will create a new quota plan, and I'll say I want to give this quota plan as development. So guys, overall pool of resources you have to distribute. Suppose in your dev space you want only 2 applications to be deployed for testing purpose. Then in your quality space you want 3 application. In production you have maybe 20 applications. So you can distribute your overall resources according to the quota plan to these different areas. Okay, that's what you can actually do it. And that it keeps get distributing. Imagine this is a big donkey of water. From here the water is flowing to the sub account, sub donkeys. From these sub donkeys it's going to the taps of the household. So this is how your resources will be organized. So you will get big pool of resources, everything here on the top. From here it flows to the sub account. From sub account it goes to the spaces, and from the spaces you will be able to develop accordingly. So that's the main thing. So you have to go to entitlements to my sub account as an administrator, and here I can decide what are all uh, can be used maximum as part of this Cloud Foundry sub account from my main global account. So I say configure, add a service plan, and I say I want to allow people to use ABAP. I want to use people to use Leonardo machine learning. So these are all the, I am just assigning entitlements to my sub account. I'm basically distributing resource to my sub account first. From the sub account, I will distribute these resources to my dev space. So I say program. So I have a lot of these resources. Suppose I want to give connectivity, destination service, HTML5 application they can develop and deploy. So I'm just assigning a service plan. So first service plan needs to be assigned, then quota plan can be assigned. So assign the service plan to sub account, and you see here the units, and I click on save. So all these steps you need to do from scratch. So from the global account, whatever resources I had available, I assigned it to the sub account now. Now, as part of the sub account, I have these services available. So I can go to quota plan and create a quota plan for my dev space. Basically, I can create a quota plan and assign to the dev space. So say new plan, and you see here how much routes I can give, how much memory I have. So all these things are can be kept here. So now I just assign a quota plan. Say I say dev quota plan. So I say dev quota, and I will just say services 10. Memory is 2024. Just save this. So quota plan is created, and I now assign this quota plan to my dev space to start creating applications. Now we are done. So this is how you create your Cloud Foundry quota plans. Now remember, my global account should have the resources, only then these resources can be assigned to sub account. From the sub account, these resources are then distributed to dev, Q, and P. You can create accordingly the spaces. Now we go to the dev space again and go to services, and now go to service marketplace. And here you see those list of services which I have just assigned a service plan. So these are the services I assigned a service plan. You see Leonardo machine learning service. I go inside, and now I want to create an instance of this service. So come inside, and let's create a new instance of this service. Oops, I don't have an option to create new. You can also see the documentation here, but where is the option to create? I don't have an option. Maybe I go back and try with ABAP trial service instances. Oh, I don't have the services right now in this. So basically what you get here is you will get the options to create service instances here. You can get an option to create service instance. I'm not sure why it's not showing me options to create service instances. Maybe I'll go to another account and show you. So typically you will get the option to create service instances for machine learning or for ABAP trial. So whatever SAP is offering in the trial mode, you will be getting a chance to create those services. So let me just quickly go and show you in another account. Maybe this is a new account altogether. That's why it's not showing immediately. It's not reflecting. We will see that probably in this account, in this new account in the next section. But I'll just show you the one which I already created there. You will see I have an option to add service instances in the dev space. So what did we do? We have got a global account, then we created a sub account. After creating a sub account, we need to create a service plan to the sub account to distribute the overall offerings offered at global account level. Under that, then we have the dev space. So we have spaces. So one sub account can have multiple spaces again. So that's what you can have it. So there is a space. A space is typically created to organize your development. Example, you want to organize with dev, quality and production. Dev qprod. So this is your space is all about. Now to this space, if you want to use services out of what is assigned to the sub account, we can further distribute resources to the spaces using quota plans. So quota plan is mainly for spaces and service plan is for sub accounts. So we created a quota plan, we have assigned it. Don't forget to enter, don't forget add members to your sub accounts according to their nature of work. So we are actually doing administrator work. This is all called DevOps, developments and operations. So we are actually did today DevOps work. We did not really do any ABAP development, but we are doing DevOps work in our trial account to understand the Cloud Foundry architecture, to understand the org structure. We are doing development onboarding. This concept is called development onboarding or developer onboarding. This process is called developer onboarding. We are onboarding our developer to our Cloud Foundry spaces so that they can start the development. So now I come back. So this is the sub account. I go inside the one which I've created earlier. And now I go to spaces. In the space, I go inside. And now in the space here, we can see the service marketplace. And I will just search for the Leonardo service. I go inside Leonardo service and you can see there's a option available here that this is the option which is applicable to my account. And now I have an option to create new instance, guys. I'm not able to see this new instance option right now in our newly created account. This we will be able to see after some time, not immediately. Okay, not immediately. We will be able to see it later. So this is the option. I can click on new instance. No problem, standard plan. Next, there is no application to which I want to connect this. Next, just give some instance name Anubhav ML. Finish. And now you will see a new instance will get created for machine learning service. I can go inside this. I can go to service keys and I have to create a service key so that my tools can talk to this machine learning instance. So I will just create Anubhav ML SK service key. Click on save. So you see a service key has been created and now my tools can talk to this. My browser can talk to this. So after service key is created, you can start accessing the service actually. So you can see this is the instance which system has created. You can go back to my instance. So this is the instance we have created and now the tools and different services I can use from this machine learning. Similarly, I have to also create the ABAP instance. So what is the exercise for all of you today is to go ahead, set up your trial account and then create your sub account of Cloud Foundry for Euro Frankfurt and then create the dev space, create the service plan for the sub account, create the quota plan for space, assign the quota plan to the space. This is the exercise for all of you today. Please try this out. Set up your accounts, fresh, plain vanilla, 60-day trial. And then after that, in next class, we will actually create our ABAP instance. Basically, this option will also become available now for my newly created account. And then we will create a new ABAP trial instance. And then we will also learn how to set up our front-end tool to talk to this ABAP trial instance. Any questions before we close today's class? Anyone? I hope you are clear with the Cloud Foundry org structure, how it is structured overall.
So,
Yes, please.
Anubhav, so whatever this cloud server we are talking,
Mhm.
am I audible?
Yes, yes, please go ahead.
So that server might be physically exist somewhere in the earth, right?
That's what the data center is all about, right? Physically, the
Yeah.
computer, the whole computer is kept somewhere. Where is that physically that computer is kept? That is kept in these data centers, these regions, you see.
So so as we discussed as of now, like the upgradation and the tools, whatever required, will be happen without any disruption of our business process, shutdown required kind of stuff we were talking, right? If we go with cloud, but what I understand is it's a physical server in some other location, not in our premise, but some other location or with some vendor like AWS or Azure or GCP. So
Correct.
if you need
Correct.
to upgrade, I mean that is also physical server, so they need to shut down the server and then upgrade it, right?
No, they what they will do. So basically, that's the beauty of cloud-based products. In cloud-based product, you don't have to worry about all these things. This is what all will be taken care by the vendor. So vendor will take care of it without you worrying about any downtime. So there is no downtime for you. Okay, what they will do, they will create a backup server parallelly to existing server. They will transfer and move all the data, they will upgrade, and then they will do it. Of course there will be possible downtime at some times, which they will communicate. This is called SLA, service level agreements, according to. So every cloud provider, when your company buy the subscription, they will you have to sign a contract. So we are using right now a trial, there is no contract or there is nothing. But when you actually your company is buying something, they your company have to pay for it and they have to sign a contract. In that contract they are clearly writing what is the maintenance time, what is the upgrade time, what is the downtime. So there will be a little downtime yet still, because remember this is mode 2 to run your company, innovation mode. Remember innovation mode, little bit of downtime, maybe over the weekend for 2 hours for upgrade. So that is what they will only do. It's not your headache, but they will tell you, they will send you an email that there will be a downtime between this time for maintenance.
So suppose as an organization, suppose I'm an organization,
Mhm.
I took some AWS based SAP
Okay.
for my production, for my production business. Like I'm doing a business, and
Mhm.
for production environment I have taken the GCP or something AWS
Okay.
vendor. Okay, physically my whole data, my actual server is resides at vendors, like vendor location like AWS or GCP. So what about my data security? Because my whole data, my real business data will be with the vendors. So can be a threat to my business here.
That is what the contract says, right? Let's say your data is kept in their data center, it's not kept in your company. What about if the data is kept in your company and your employee steals it? What is the data security of your company data? I'll tell you an example. In my online anubotrainings.com, we have email IDs of you all stored. Who has taken the course, who has not taken the course. My employee can also take your email ID and start sending other promotional emails to you. Suppose my employee take your email ID and let's say she start selling beauty products. So she will keep sending email to you for beauty products also. That is also not secure, na? You know, on premise also it's not secure. Correct?
Yeah.
So it's same thing. Now coming to the data security part, trust me, it's more secure than to on-premise, because in on-premise your employee may steal data, your basis guy may steal data, but when it is in the cloud, he or she cannot steal the data because it's all in the cloud. The whole hard disk is not there with you. The hardware is not there with you. They cannot run away with your hardware. They cannot damage your hardware. It's all in the cloud.
So in the service level agreement and the contract which you sign, it's also there is a legal contract which is getting signed between the vendor and the subscriber, which says in no case the vendor is supposed to sell your data at all. Of course, this will be an agreement. This will be part of a legal agreement. Now, if you suddenly found out that Amazon, where your data center is, they've sold their data to somebody else, you can sue Amazon for billions of dollars. You can do that because you have signed.
Because
Amazon has signed an agreement with
yeah,
you.
so because recently we have heard about this WhatsApp hacking, right? So
Correct.
even WhatsApp has that agreement, but still it's happening. So I mean, because see, if it is on premise, the server is not exposed over internet. Whereas for cloud, the server we are accessing via internet, so the hacking might be more chances, right?
That's why we have track number 3. In track number 3, you are saying I will be only exposing things which needs to be exposed. Suppose I will have my on-premise system, which is S4HANA. Everything is resides in my company environment. But yet I want to innovate. I want to give a leave approval application to managers in my company so that they can approve the leave and timesheet for employees while they are traveling on the mobile device. So in that way, you are exposing resources in a controlled way. Correct? That's track number 3. Go with track number 3. If your company is so much worried about, suppose you're working with US defense, no way they would like to go with cloud. Yet they also
Okay.
want to innovate. They also want to give their soldier some kind of mobile app so soldier can send messages or can send location of enemy while they are in the war zone.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, go with the S4HANA with an extension solution. You build an extension solution in S4HANA cloud. So that way you are only exposing the resources which are really needs to be on the cloud, not exposing everything. That's track number
Okay.
3. Go with that option. So it's not about if I'm telling you this is how we are doing. It's not about that's the only way. You can choose the way you want. It depends on what your company want.
I think even hybrid also we can go, right? Some of the
Yes,
applications are on on-premise, some on
correct.
cloud.
Some of the even that's very popular actually. The option number 3 here is very popular, and we will see a use case with ABAP with this with track 3 also in our course
Okay, so
actually.
see, as you said in the previous demo class, ABAP on cloud is a service. Actually, the software doesn't exist. The backend S4 or ECC server might does not exist.
Correct.
It's a ABAP application server where you can write your ABAP code. So
Right.
so basically, suppose I have a server on-premise server in my premise.
Hmm.
So I mean the whole data, the tables, the business process, everything running on on-premise. But I
Correct.
want to utilize this ABAP cloud, services.
Right.
So is this on-premise server can talk to your ABAP on a cloud platform and then develop applications and then run there.
That's exactly the track 3 is extend. You build
Okay.
a
Okay.
mobile app which is going to
Mm-hmm.
take only the relevant data from the
Mm-hmm.
normal ABAP system, your ECC system. You process the
Mm-hmm.
data using ABAP programming and then
Mm-hmm.
expose that via Fiori app in the cloud. Only the relevant data. Data
Okay.
still resides in SAP ECC. Yet you have built kind of an integration to be able to extend existing solution outside the ECC, keeping the ECC stable. You're not doing changes in ECC, just keeping that stable. The core is still stable. Mode 1 is running fine without any disruption. You have innovated parallelly, side by side extension.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I'm not clear now. So maybe in the coming classes, maybe if you maybe explain us like how the on-premise server can talk to ABAP on a cloud service, and then develop
Mhm.
apps there. I mean, develop something, some service. I mean,
We
applications
will
over
see
there.
that. We will see that
Okay.
use case.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I mean, I want to know like how the on-premise tables or data can be exposed to.
Correct.
Yeah,
We will
ABAP
see
is,
that. We will consume that data in ABAP, process it, and then we will show it to a Fury app. We will do that as part of our course. It's part of our course. But
okay.
at least I hope today's class is clear, everybody. What is IAS? What is PAS? What are all these infrastructures? How, why these companies are going for this? What scenarios are possible? What tracks are there for learning? When somebody tell you I'm learning SAP Cloud Platform, you need to understand which track they are into. Can be any track. And by the way, we are offering all these trainings for all the tracks except track 4. So I'm not an expert on track 4. Rest all 3 tracks we do have trainings, whether you want to do Java development with cloud platform, or Node.js development with cloud platform, native HANA with cloud platform, or you want to integrate using HCI CPI with Groovy, or you want to build a new solution from scratch, or you want to build a side-by-side solution with S4HANA SDK. We do have courses for everything on our
So
website.
in our current course, we will see 1 and 3, right?
We will see 1 and 3 with ABAP language.
Yeah, yeah.
1 and 3 is also applicable with Java language. 1 and 3 is
Okay,
also applicable with Node.js language. Okay, so our
okay,
context is in context of ABAP language. How do you do 1 and 3? That is our goal
okay.
in the current course. So track is so important, and soon I will release a sneak peek of same video what I discussed today, this bimodal IT, and this a little more advanced version of these 2 slides. I will release this video. I'll just show you the PPT which I will release. So this is something which you can share with your friends on YouTube. I will be sharing this I worked upon last evening. So this is what I will share. So basically every time, this is the problem I'm getting these days, so many calls. Everybody say I want to learn cloud platform, but then I ask them what do you want to learn in cloud platform. They are not able to tell me what they want to learn. So that is the sneak peek of this video. So you see, these are all the challenges today, or the questions which these people are asking me. They have no clue what to learn, who will help me to understand. I have a fear that I will be obsolete. Now I want to plan my learning, what to learn exactly, what are the prerequisite, how to save myself, not sure. What is the right opportunity in my career, and then this bimodal IT, the challenges, cloud platform essence, and the tracks. And now here I've detailed out the tracks, who's the target audience for which track, what to learn in this track, what are all the tools you should know to learn this track, what is the complexity to learn each of the track, what are the job opportunities when you learn this track, what are the prerequisite to learn this track. So all these tracks are noted down here, and this will be live soon on the YouTube. Basically this will be a guidance video to the people who are constantly coming and asking me, Anubha, I want to learn cloud platform, but they are not able to tell me what they want to learn in cloud platform. This is the biggest challenge today. 2 days back, I got a call from functional consultant. They saw some demo on YouTube and then they say, Anubhav, I want cloud platform training. Boss, what do you want to learn in cloud platform? What exactly you want to learn in cloud platform? It's very big. What do you want in cloud platform? There's a bunch of services. Which service you want to learn? Learning cloud platform is what do you want to learn? So you have to tell the track which you want to learn, without which it's impossible for me to guide you. You need to decide which track you want to go. So that's what will be live. You can share this with your friends also. So willing to learn cloud platform, you can share this video. I will share that video today, hopefully on the YouTube, so that you guys can also share with your colleagues. So don't worry, we will understand little more depth as you understood today the basic concept of cloud platform. Similarly, we will understand these tracks more in detail and in context of a BAP programmer, what is that we're supposed to do. I hope you guys are clear. Please set up your account today. Global account, sub account, assign the service plan, create the spaces, assign the quota plan. These 4 activities you completed today. In the next class, we will set up our ABAP on ABAP Eclipse, and then we will connect with our ABAP trial, and then we will look at basics of CDS view, because many of you would have taken or not taken a ABAP on HANA training long back, and then it is important for me to refresh the CDS view concept for you, because that will be our backbone going forward in upcoming classes. So we will actually do a little bit of CDS learning. Could be a repeat for many of you, but it's very important to refresh quickly the CDS view concept. So our next class will be focusing on connection, setting up our trial instance in as a service in the cloud platform, and then seeing the first look of the system, connecting to the system from the Eclipse, and then we will work on CDS view concept in the next session. And then from the next session, we will talk about RESTful application programming model, its essence, and then all that new stuff, managed and unmanaged scenario. With that, it's a wrap. Thank you so much. Sorry for extending about 36 minutes extra. Catch you up in the next class. Nice day. Goodbye.